Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. Let's get going and start off with the weekly Forex analysis, and let's start off with the DXY. And as you can see on the chart, last week our analysis for DXY was spot on. We were expecting this correction here to unfold and then resume the bullish momentum. So far so good. As you can see here, the price started to climb from this level where the correction ended, and it broke the top one more time. What I'm expecting for next week is more continuation, then small consolidation and another push towards the upside, and then we'll see if we get a bigger consolidation or not. But for me, if this consolidation will occur, then most likely we'll go for one more move towards the upside. Before we move on to EURUSD, don't forget to hit that like button, also subscribe to our channel and enable the notification bell so you can stay up to date with our latest analysis and educational materials. And also, if you check the link in the video description, you can find our previous analysis from last week, in which you can track our progress and see how our setups developed over the week. Now let's move on to EURUSD, and as you can see on the chart, our analysis was spot on here. We were expecting this consolidation to occur last week, and then we were saying that we expect the price to drop again, to break this low one more time. So far so good. For this week, what I'm expecting for EURUSD is a consolidation, small pullback, because also the DXY is it will need that small flag to continue the bullish momentum. This one here will develop a consolidation to form another bearish wave that will break this low, and from here on we'll see if we get more bearish momentum or if we will start developing into something deeper. But this is another story. I'm gonna be taking it step by step this week. So this is the move that I'm expecting for EURUSD. If you are in the sells, please when it breaks this low here, take partial profits or move the trade to break even, or even close your trades, because this could, like I said, could develop into something complex afterwards and start a counter wave or at least a correction towards the upside. Okay, so careful if this scenario unfolds. Book your profits or move your trades to break even, and then focus on the next move. For pound USD, similar to euro and the DXY, we're expecting this consolidation to unfold here. Then one more move towards the downside. As you can see here, the drawings are from last week. So as things stand, for this week, I'm expecting the bearish momentum to continue. Wait for this consolidation. If this gives you a consolidation here and a reaction, this will most likely go here and break this low. There's also a possibility that this could crawl its way up a bit more and then drop. But in any case, the direction is towards the downside in the coming week. So what I'm expecting for pound USD is to make a new lower low inside this area here. For dollar yen, we were expecting the bullish momentum to continue, but first we were saying that we would like to see a consolidation that will go a bit deeper here. Instead, the price didn't give us this pattern. It went straight up. And the way things are looking right now, what I'm expecting next for dollar yen, two scenarios. If we get here a consolidation, a sideways move with less momentum than the previous ones, then I'm expecting the price to make one more move towards the upside. But if you get here a sharp one, a sharp wave followed by a consolidation, then most likely this will go deeper and it will develop the pattern that we were expecting last week. So don't forget these two scenarios. Very important to watch the price action here and then go with your trade depending on the pattern that it develops. For Australian dollar versus the US dollar, as you can see, our analysis was spot on. We were expecting this correction here to finish and get another move towards the downside and make a new lower low here. For this week, what I'm expecting is a consolidation here. If we get here a consolidation and the reaction, then we'll go down one more time. But personally, I won't be interested in this trade. I would like to see something more complex here, having a bit of bullish momentum, and then I'm gonna be looking for sell setups again. This is a level that I'm gonna be looking after, this area here. So if the price reaches this level in a slow manner, expect the bearish trend to resume and eventually go down and take out these lows again. For dollar CAD, last week we were expecting the price to continue the bullish momentum, but I was saying that I would only be interested in the buys if we get a consolidation like this. So the way things are looking, this consolidation is developing right now, and a good sign is that we are exactly below this trend line here, and this means that if we get here more consolidation, then this most likely will go towards the upside. For those that want to have a safer approach to this pair, I'm suggesting for you to wait for the price to break the trend line and then wait for another consolidation and then go with your buy setups. But if you get here a consolidation, a sideways move, then most likely this will go up. If you get a reaction here, don't forget, very important to wait for the reaction. Don't jump in the trade blindly, because this could also drop. You're never 100% sure in the market, so you have to take your chance as well. Also, you have to be careful with your risk management. So that's why it's very important to choose the best entry and wait for your reactions and the patterns to finish, because this is a waiting game. Every time when you search for a trade, you have to wait patiently for all the things to be in place in order for you to have a better accuracy and a better success rate on your trade. Okay. So for USDCAD, wait for this consolidation, then wait for a reaction, then go with your buy setups. And if you are a bit skeptical about taking this trade, wait for it to break the trend line and then wait for a pullback, and then you can go with your buy setup. Okay. Now moving on to gold. For gold last week, I was expecting the price here to give us a consolidation and then make another move towards the upside, but instead the price started to drop. And as you can see on my screen here, very important to watch right now, because we are at the critical level. We have loads of liquidity here to collect. If we get a reaction, but only if we get a reaction that will break this level here, and then afterwards we'll consolidate, then I'm gonna be thinking that this will resume the uptrend here and will eventually break this top. If not, don't jump in any trades here. Just wait for it to break this level that I was speaking about, because this could crawl its way down, eventually breaking this low here, take out all of the orders in this area, and then reverse towards the upside. But this is another story. What we have to focus on for the coming week is this strong impulse towards the upside, followed by this consolidation that will break this area here that I highlighted, and then you can go with your buy setup. Because if this unfolds, this has great potential to go up, and the way this is looking here gives me a bit of courage to say that the next move will be towards the upside, because this whole move here looks corrective, and this means that it gathers liquidity and orders, and at any time this can start pushing towards the upside. And if this happens and breaks this area here, wait for this consolidation and then go with this buy setup. Okay. So now let's move on to silver. And for silver last week, I was expecting a similar scenario like I was expecting on gold, which was a bullish one. And I was saying that if we get a consolidation above the trend line here, we had this trend line, we were also in this important level, this parallel gap area that unfortunately got taken out here. I was saying that if we break the trend line and make a consolidation like you can see here, the next move will be towards the upside. Instead, the price continued to drop. And exactly what I was saying on gold applies to this one here as well. We are at a strong level, which we expect a reaction to occur. And this means that if we go a bit lower, collect all this liquidity here, and then get a strong wave towards the upside, followed by a pullback, then this is our next move. We have to wait here after this consolidation is finished to wait for a reaction, and then go with our buy setups. This will have great potential in the medium to long term. I'm expecting it to break the $26 level, even heading towards the $30 area. But let's take it step by step for now, and let's wait for this reaction. And if the price, for example, if the price goes deeper than I drawn here, don't jump in any trades. Let it break, take out these lows, collect the liquidity, and then wait to see what happens. Because this, if this drops, could drop sharply and then sharply reverse as well, and then we can get another chance to catch the buy. I'm not gonna be focusing on the sells, because for me, from a technical perspective, this here doesn't have too much room left to go towards the downside, and I don't want to risk myself losing that big trade, the buy trade, for a couple of pips. I prefer to go with my analysis, and even though we can make money on the both sides, it's very important to focus on the one that will give you more rewards. Okay. Now let's move on to oil. For oil last week, I was expecting here a consolidation and then more bullish continuation. We got the bullish continuation here from the trend line, but we didn't get the consolidation that I was expecting it to happen. So unfortunately, this wasn't a buy setup for us. We know that sometimes you can buy it from the trend line here, but when the trend goes higher, it gets very risky to keep buying it from the bottom of the trend line. So that's why we were preferring to see something deeper, which I'm expecting this to happen at some point. I don't know if this week or then the following, but until this happens, I won't be focusing on any trades on crude oil. I'll let it do its job, even though if this climbs up from here, if it goes to $19 per barrel and then drops, then I'm going to be looking when this drop is over to go with the buy setup. So that's why it's very important to have patience, because if you get into a buy here, the price can go up and then drop, and you'll be taken out or whatever, and you'll lose money or lose energy on it. So best way is to catch a move that is trending, and right now the trend is at its end for now, and that's why I'm expecting this consolidation to occur, and then afterwards we'll be looking together for the buy setup, because this, when it will be ready, this will definitely shoot up. Moving on to natural gas, as you can see, our analysis was spot on. We were expecting last week a consolidation here and then a move towards the upside that will break this level here and also make a new higher high. So far so good, and as things stand, we see that we have here a new higher high formed. So right now we are developing a nice local uptrend for natural gas, and what I'm expecting here, we don't have MACD divergence, which is very important. I'm expecting the price to continue to drop, maybe towards the trend line, and then we should be looking for our buy setups again, because I'm expecting this to continue making higher highs until this at some point will shoot up. I don't think this will drop again very soon, because we had this this drop here on the daily, as you can see, and this will not be a nice move. This will not be an impulsive move. That's why I'm saying every time it makes a new top to take profits, because it has the tendency to correct deeper afterwards. And because of this strong bearish wave that we got here, I'm expecting a deeper consolidation, at least to reach the 50% retracement of this wave. So we have a lot of opportunities to get here, and maybe at some point after these types of consolidations are over, we'll get a move towards the upside, a sharp one, and this will be the one. Okay, but until then, every time you make a new higher high here, close the trade or take partial profits and wait for your next move. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting for natural gas. This is on the daily, and on the 4 hours, like I said, wait for this move here to reach the trend line, and then wait for your reaction. Don't jump in blindly at this trend line here without any setup. Wait for your setups and then go with the trade. Now let's move over to the stock market and see how S&P performed last week. And as you can see from my drawings, I was expecting this drop to continue as a consolidation and reach this this gap here, to fill this gap, breaking the trend line. And for this week, what I'm expecting is a signal, at least a sign that it tries to go back up again. My bias in the medium term for S&P is towards the upside, also for the other indexes as well. So we have to be a bit patient here, because the way this is looking, it could develop into something deeper, because we had a strong move towards the upside, this strong wave here, and everything in the financial market, every asset needs to correct at some point before resuming the trend. So this could develop into something more complex here, and then we can go up and make a new higher high. So until then, I'm going to be waiting for this correction to unfold. I'm not going to be trading it. I don't like the way this is moving here. Even though if this goes up, I'm not going to be risking too much on it. I'm going to be waiting patiently for this correction to unfold, and then we'll be looking for my buy setups. For NASDAQ, similar to S&P, our analysis was spot on. We were expecting the drop to continue as a consolidation and to reach this level here, like you can see on our chart, this purple area, which is a nice liquidity level. So for this week, I'm expecting the price here to give us a sign, because we don't have divergence on the MACD. This will mean that I'm expecting a consolidation similar to this one, a pullback like this. So if this happens, then expect one more drop here. This is not over yet, similar to the S&P. This has a lot of room to go down because of this strong uptrend. As you can see here, we broke the trend line, and now what I'm expecting is a pullback inside this area, and then another drop to take out this low, make a new lower low here, and then we'll see if it will be ready or not. Moving on to Dow Jones. For Dow Jones, the market is in the same place like last week. It's consolidating, making a complex consolidation here, a messy pattern. So for this week, my analysis and my bias is similar to the one that I had last week. Let it finish what it is doing, wait for one more drop, and then check out the price action to see if this is ready to go and break this top again, okay? For NIFTY, like I said last week, we are at a critical point right now, new all-time high, and I'm expecting here a consolidation, a deeper one, at least to reach this level here. So as you can see, the price is more or less in the same spot that it was in the previous week. So I'm expecting for this week for Nifty continuation, consolidation in fact, then continuation towards this level. It will be messy. I don't advise you guys to trade it. Wait for it to finish what it is doing, and then if we get towards this area here and get a reaction, then maybe we will be looking for our buy setups. Like the other three indexes that we analyzed, this is in a strong bull market, so it needs to correct and make a deeper consolidation, similar to what it did here, or maybe something deeper and aggressive like this, but it depends. We have to wait and see which pattern it will develop, like a corrective pattern, and then we have to be prepared when this is ending to go for the buy setups, because I'm pretty bullish for Nifty, and we don't want to miss this trade. Okay. For Bitcoin, last week I was expecting Bitcoin to make two scenarios here, and the one that unfolded was the first one. I was expecting here this consolidation and then a drop. We are most likely in the same spot that we were last week, and as things stand, this here, as you can see, it's very messy. This pattern is making a messy range here. As long as the price is inside this area, I won't be touching it. I'll be waiting to, if it wants to go up, I'll be waiting for it to go and break this range towards the upside, consolidate, and then go with this buy setup. But my bias on the short term is that this will continue to make a mess inside this area, then drop one more time towards the 27K level, because we also have a fair value gap area here. And afterwards, this will be a perfect setup for us if it reaches that level to go back up. From this point, I'm expecting Bitcoin to hit $34,000 in the near future, in the medium term, as a milestone. This will be my first checkpoint for Bitcoin, and then we'll see what happens. But first, we need to wait for this consolidation to finish, and then we have to see if we get a reaction or not. For Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin, this one I was expecting it to go lower, but instead the market stalled last week, and we are basically in the same place that we were at the time that I did the previous analysis. So the scenario didn't change. I'm still expecting the price here to continue dropping, but like I said, I'll be focusing on the sells. I'll be letting it develop this corrective structure until the end, and then patiently I'll be looking for my buy setups. And this means that I'm going to be looking for a drop here, and then if we get a reaction from this level, then this is our buy setup. If not, if the price decides to go up from here, let's wait for it to take out these stops first, and then wait for a consolidation for this buy setup. Okay, so we want here to have loads of confirmations before we engage in any setup, because it's very important, like I said earlier, to protect your capital, and don't treat it like a gamble, and treat it like a business, right? So be patient, wait for your setup to occur, and even though you have a perfect setup, if that doesn't play out for you guys, don't worry, because if you do the right things in the long run, this will reward you. It's a statistic that will pay out for you if you have a plan, a trading strategy. If you do the right things and don't over risk, then in the long run, then you'll be rewarded for your patience and for having those three important tools. Okay. And last but not least, XRP. For XRP, I was expecting last week the price to continue to drop, but after a consolidation, we didn't get this consolidation. We got only the drop here. So I'm very happy that this is happening, because I didn't caught this move towards the upside. I wasn't paying attention to XRP at that moment in time. I know what is happening behind it with the whole lawsuit and the SEC. I had some XRP invested a long time ago, which I sold after the first pump back in 2021, I think. And now I'll be eager to invest in it as well as you guys. So what I'm gonna be looking here is the price to continue to drop. We have here a nice area to watch. This is the first level that I'm going to be looking for a reaction. And if the price reaches this level, I'm going to be looking for my buy setups. But also what I would like is a deeper pullback, but I don't want to be greedy. and the price to drop here, but it has all the potential to do that because we have loads of liquidity and orders inside these candles here. As you can see, there was a pretty big volume on this one when it was traded. So I'm guessing that now we are going for a liquidity sweep at some point to collect some liquidity from these levels and then shoot back up. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for one of these two levels to trade or invest in it, depending on your approach. So if you want to invest in XRP as well, this is also a good level, but you have to endure the pain of the price potentially dropping even further than that. But in the long run, you'll be fine because I think this has a great use case. We all know what this coin is all about. So I'm seeing it as a strong one in the future. So it's a good one to invest in it. But for the ones that trade it, like I said, wait for these two levels and wait for your reaction. Okay, if the price reaches these two levels, then wait for your buy setups. If not, let it drop. Whatever it does, we are not interested in any sell setups. So like I keep emphasizing, you have to be patient and also satisfied by sometimes letting a trade go without you, or not forcing a trade to go in your favor. Okay. So with that being said, I hope all of you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also share the videos with your friends. And as well, if you have any requests with any asset that you would like us to cover, feel free to hit that comment section below. Let us know what you want us to analyze in the coming week, and we'll provide you with an analysis for your request. And until next time, trade safe, stay safe, and I wish all of you a happy trading week, a profitable trading week, and enjoy some profits.